in Azam City. You're watching One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with information, news, sports, and public affairs. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with love. Ang telebisyong pangmasa. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. One TV special report.
The Honorable Presiding Officer.
Considering that we have 10 members present, the Chair now declares a quorum. Once again, good afternoon. In view of the assumption of the City Vice Mayor, Honorable Simplicia Bebineri, assume as the acting City Mayor, thus this humble representation succeeded as the acting City Vice Mayor. I will now give the floor to our Honorable Majority Floor Leader, Honorable Marcelian Tapayan.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. We have no guests or visitors availing of the people's hour, Honorable Chair. We proceed to item number 5, approval of the agenda for the day. There are 7 written proposed sessions to our order of business, Honorable Chair. I therefore enumerate them. First, the request of our City Mayor to pass a resolution concurring and confirming the appointment of Ms. Caroline Ingo as City Administrator of City Government of Samis effective October 9, 2024. Second proposed session, Honorable Chair, is for us to enact a resolution approving the failed data collection for the October 2024 labor force survey and 2024 survey on overseas Filipinos by the Philippine Statistics Authority for the period 16 to 31 October 2024 in Barangays Mulikay, Bagakay, Carmen, Dimarona, Laman, Angala, Osamis City. The third written request is for us to pass a resolution approving the survey for the assessment of information and communications needs of communities by the Philippine Information Agency on 20 October 2024 in Barangay 50th District and Carmen, Osamis City. The fourth request for session is for us to enact a resolution approving the wage consultation discussion by the Regional Tripartite Wages and Productivity Board 10 on 14 November 2024 at the Bethany Gardens Hotel and Restaurant, Osamis City. The fifth item for session at 6 and 7 are ACP applications, which we had in fact public hearing and joint committee hearing yesterday. The application of Mr. Brancy for special use permit. The number 6, the application of Kisig Del Champ for special use permit. And the 7th is the application of HSO Property Development and Construction Corporation's application for special use permit. So these are the 7 insertions to our order of business. I move on the motion to approve our agenda for the day with 7 inclusions, Honorable Chair.
There is a manifestation from the Honorable Majority Floor Leader to insert 7 items in our order of business. Request for approval that this will be inserted in our order of business. Is there any comments or reactions? Hearing none on joint motion, motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Item number 6, approval of the minutes, the previous sessions. Everybody was furnished copies of the minutes of our special and regular sessions on August 22 and August 27, 2024. And I guess everybody was able to peruse the contents thereof and examine the said minutes, Honorable Chair. I therefore move on joint motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of our previous special and regular sessions on August 22 and 27, 2024, and to approve said minutes in total, Honorable Chair. On joint motion.
Minutes of August 22 and 27, 2024 special and regular session have been moved for approval. Is there any comments or reactions? Hearing none on joint motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Item number 7, first reading, request basis, 88 post-ordinances of the list of Honorable Chair, Bayan, number 1, non-readers, providing for the rules and regulations governing the inspection, calibration, and sealing of liquid fuel dispensing pumps, refilling, giving, and refilling of liquefied petroleum gas, City of Samis, providing penalties and sanctions and for such other purposes. Honorable Chair, I move the motion to approve this ordinance on the first reading only. On that motion.
So there's a motion from our Honorable Majority Floor Leader to pass this ordinance, an ordinance providing for the rules and regulations governing the inspection, calibration, and sealing of liquid fuel dispensing pump, refilling, dealing, and retailing of liquefied petroleum gas in the City of Osamis, providing penalties and sanction thereof, and for such other purposes. For first reading only. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Number 2, an ordinance regulating the installation of wires, cables, and other foreign attachments on poles within the jurisdiction of Osamis City. I again move this motion to approve this ordinance on the first reading only, Honorable Chair.
So there's a motion from our Honorable Majority Floor Leader, Honorable Marcelian Tapayan, for an ordinance regulating the installation of wires, cables, and other foreign attachment on poles within the jurisdiction of Osamis. For first reading, motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. These two ordinances, number 1, number 2, we approve now on the first reading. Carry with it the penalties for violations, Honorable Chair. So we have to conduct a public hearing on this and a joint committee hearing. And I recommend that we'll have a committee hearing on next week, October 23, Wednesday. And I hope everybody is amenable that we could have a public hearing on these ordinances. Kaya before nga, we have public hearing also on ordinances being sponsored by Honorable Ko. So this time we could perhaps tackle also ordinances at the same time of public hearing on Wednesday, October 23, 2024, to afford time to invite all stakeholders for this first ordinance. You have to invite all dealers of fuel stations, gas stations within Osamis City, and dealers of liquefied petroleum gas. And the second ordinance, we have to invite all telecommunications companies, cable companies, including Milsi too, who is a full owner in our jurisdiction, Honorable Chair, and other stakeholders. We'll have to have a committee hearing on these ordinances on Wednesday, October 23. 2024. Honorable Chair.
So I would like to reiterate the announcement of our Majority Floor Leader that we will have a public hearing or a committee hearing this coming October 23. That's Wednesday.
This involves the Committee on Trade, Commerce, and Industry of Honorable Catherine Lim, the Committee on Public Utilities and Transportation of Honorable Archie Romero, and the Committee on Zoning, Housing and Settlement of Honorable Dingquisiso, and the Committee on Laws and Style of Usually Honorable Chair. So, 4 committees are involved in this, for this joint committee hearing and public hearing on Wednesday, October 20, 2024, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Honorable Chair. May I proceed to letter C, petitions or requests for first reading. Number 1, number 2, and number 3 are all supplemental budgets of the 3 barangays. Number 2 of Barangay Babay Santa Cruz, SB number 1 of Barangay Gimad, and SB number 1 of Barangay Stimson Abordo. I now yield to the chairman of the committee, the co-chairman of the Committee on Barangay Affairs, Honorable Archie Romero, to introduce and recommend action omnibussly on these 3 items, 1, 2, and 3 of letter C of item number 7, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Archie Romero, you are hereby acknowledged by the Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Madam Chair, I move to pass this request, Madam Chair. This 2024 supplemental budget in omnibus motion of this following barangay, Madam Chair. This 2024 supplemental budget number 02 of Barangay Baybay Santa Cruz in the amount of 50,000, and supplemental budget 2024 of Barangay Gimad in the amount of 333,000, and supplemental budget of Barangay Stimson Abordo in the amount of 115,000, and this was duly endorsed by our City Budget Officer, Madam Chair. Passing this for first reading with reservation in omnibus motion.
There's a motion from our Honorable Marcelo Romero for passing these 3 supplemental budget omnibusly. First, the 2024 supplemental budget number 2 of Barangay Baybay Santa Cruz in the amount of 50,000. Second, the 2024 supplemental budget number 1 of Barangay Gimad in the amount of 333,000. And the third, 2024 supplemental budget number 1 of Barangay Stimson Abordo in the amount of 115,000. Honorable Romero is passing this for first reading with reservation, omnibusly, motion approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In the interest of public service, Madam Chair, and public demand, I move to pass this for second and final reading with in omnibus motion, waiving the internal rules.
So the Honorable Romero is passing this for second and final reading, waiving the internal rules, the 3 supplemental budget number 2 for Baybay Santa Cruz, the supplemental budget number 1 for Barangay Gimad, and the supplemental budget number 1 for Barangay Stimson Abordo. The Honorable Romero is passing this for second and final reading, omnibusly. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Letter D of Messages and Communications, number 1, Special Order number 2024-HFOJ-013 dated October 9, 2024, designating Teresa I. Borge, CGDH1, or Solid Waste and Environment Management Office, as acting head of the City Human Resource Management Office. Since the special order is for designation of an acting head of the City Human Resource Office, we have to concur and adopt, Honorable Chair, the said designation. So therefore, with kind indulgence of the Committee on Civil Service chaired by the presiding officer, I move the motion to concur and adopt the special order number 2024 HOJ-013, dated October 9, 2024, designating Engineer Titis Teresa I. Borge of Solid Waste Environment Management Office as acting head of the City Human Resource Management Office for approval on the first reading with reservations, Honorable Chair.
So there's a motion from our majority floor leader to concur and adopt this special order number 2024 HFOJ-013 dated October 9, 2024, designating Engineer Titis Teresa I. Borge, CGDH1 of the Solid Waste and Environment Management Office as acting head of the City Human Resource Management Office. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Also in demand public interest to provide sound management of our Human Relations Unit, I move to concur, adopt special order number 24 HFG-013 for approval on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules, Honorable Chair.
For second and final reading, the Honorable Marcelian Tapayan is passing this to concur and adopt this special order number 2024 HFOJ-013 dated October 9, 2024, designating Engineer Titis Teresa I. Borge, CGDH1 of Solid Waste and Environment Management Office as acting head of the City Human Resource Management Office. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Number 2, special order dated October 8, 2024, designating Attorney Buen Cassandra B. Libitario, Executive Assistant for City Mayor's Office, as officer in charge of City Legal Office. Honorable Chair, this special order only designates Attorney Libitario as the OIC, but not an acting head or department head of the legal office of our EG of SAMIS. Therefore, there is no need to adopt and concur this particular special order, Honorable Chair. But I recommend that this special order will be duly noted in the record of City Council, Honorable Chair.
This item, letter D number 2, special order dated October 8, 2024, designating Attorney Buen Cassandra B. Libitario, Executive Assistant for City Mayor's Office as office in charge of the City Legal Office. The Honorable Marcelian Tapayan is passing to concur and adopt this special order.
No, they recommend be duly noted only in the records of City Council.
Yes, Honorable Marcelian Tapayan.
Because it's on IC, no need to concur and adopt.
So
she is only an OIC, not an acting department head, Honorable Chair.
Noted, Honorable.
Yes, Honorable Chair, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Let us see CSC Memorandum Circular number 6, Series of 2003, re-exemption of elected officials from the mandatory annual 5 days vacation leave. Honorable Chair, may I therefore discuss this memorandum because this concerns everybody. We are reminded that of the provision of the Local Government Code, Section 81 of the Local Government Code, that all elected officials have been entitled to leave privileges, including the cumulation and commutation thereof, and Article 173 of the Rules and Regulations implementing the Local Government Code says that all officials are encouraged to take an annual 5 days vacation leave every year. We know that each of us are entitled to 1.5 days, 2.5 every month. Every month vacation leave, Honorable Chair. But the policy of the civil service requires us to take a leave, post leave of 5 days every year. That's why the titles exemption of eligible officer from the mandatory annual 5 days vacation leave mandatory. The term mandatory meaning it is mandated by the rules, meaning you have to take a leave, post leave of 5 days every year. But we know for a fact not all of us have taken leave for 5 days every year, except some, or in some of my colleagues who have taken complete leave in about 2 years only. Si Honorable Ko and perhaps Honorable Catherine Lim, in 1 year only. But most of us were never able to take a post leave of 5 days every year, or some only 1 or 2. But you should know that 5 days leave are deducted from our leave credits every year since 2019. So ang inyong leave credits, kaya ito medical 5 ka days kaya ito so sayang kung inyong gamita, di ba? But it's clear in the law, which is vacation leave, local government personnel shall be encouraged to take an annual 5 days vacation leave. Encouraged, meaning it's not mandatory. But the rules provides that it's mandatory. Mamo nang gilidakan tag 5 days. So, because the law is clear, the law is the adjective use, the verb use encouraged, meaning not mandatory. In order for us to avail nga balik ato 5 days nga gideduct, we have to write our SRMO. A written manifestation why the reasons why we are not availing of the said privilege of 5 days post leave. So magsulat ta kada usa. Adi sa SRMO ngano nga wala ta mo-avail sa 5 days nga mandatory post leave. Perhaps you can reason out nga due to extension of service nga kada semana usay katulot ta mag-extension, no? So dili ta ka daghang activities gyud sa EDO mo nang wala ta mag post leave of 5 days. So the mere writing of a letter of manifestation to our SRMO daw to na mabalik atong
Leave.
mga deductions nga 5 days. Isip itong nagamit na sa ubang nga konsyal, pero mabalik ang i-deduct. Pakita na ako usay one day ra ko na leave, so naipur i-deduct, so mabalik to. Katong agil ka leave, balik tanan. So sayang po kung we were able to avail because of our job nga ang kita ba, we are proactive public servants of the EDO. We made every day available for public service. Unang waanta ka unang post leave, pero ang role service good mandatory, but the law is clear that we are only encouraged munang we are allowed to avail of the exemption of this so-called mandatory forced leave. So magsulat ta. Perhaps we can write next week to SRMO ngano nga wala ta mabil, wala ta mag-avail because of this so and so reason. So okay? Are there any questions from my colleagues? Para mabalik yung leave.
Is there any queries?
We're informed basically nga kanang one day is covering to 3,000. So kung 5 days na nawala, that's 50,000. So it's 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 5 years. 5 years. So 3,500 per day. Times 5 for 5 years, nawala ang inyong leave. Sayang po, no? We could use it for other more useful personal purposes sa mga members of this body.